Hey guys, how's it going today? It's a good Sunday. Happy Sunday. Up here in Kalispell, Montana. Let me move the camera a little bit here. Let me do that so you guys can see me a little better. Put my tie up here so you don't see my wrinkled up old neck. That's what happens. See, you get older and things get all wrinkled up. So, hey, hope y'all are doing good today. This is Al Wellenstein, your favorite hobo, Rich Hobo. Rich in Christ, rich in stories, and rich in adventures. Or as they call me up here, the Flag Man. Hey, I got something to show you today. My first book came out about 6 years ago, and took me about 6, 7 years to write, and 55 years of adventures, and places I've been and things I've done and crazy stories and adventures and travels and traveling around the country and hopping freight trains and living on the streets and flag business and cab business and traveled with the carnival. So let me show you the first book called Life and Times of the Rich Hobo. And that's it right there. And right there, I'm behind Home Depot, and it's about 10 degrees. And selling my flags for Christmas. I was selling my, I think I had flags and candy canes I was selling for Christmas time. Selling them out there. That's what I do for a living on top of the books. Selling the books, I sell flags and roses and hats and boots and go to different businesses around here in Kalispell, and sometimes I go to grocery stores and parking lots, but a lot of times I go out there vending and stand on the corner and sell my customers flags and roses and other items out there. And so let me read you a little piece of the Rich Hobo as I look away from the camera. Al, my real name's Alan, but I go by Al, and Al Wellenstein's been living and loving the hobo life since he was a teenager in California. After tales of collection of modern-day gypsies, hobos, freights, hitchhiking the country and living by his wits, Al started learning the finer points of bumming at the beach and process of full-blown experience in the camaraderies around the road only the homeless would know. Unlike many that have that lifestyle, Al was impressed with his success in his own intimidated businesses, only leading him dubbed the Rich Hobo. But far more important than life to him, though it was a blessing bestowed upon us by the Lord, which makes him richer than any earthly achievements. Join Al, in which he has found and returned into Montana repeatedly over the years of his quirky vignettes, hardships and triumphs, and the rootless life of what America's all about. Now that's the back of the Rich Hobo. And I also have another book called Living the Dream. And I written that about 3 years ago, and I was behind the train depot, and that's the extension of the Rich Hobo, which has more stories in it. In the back of that one, it says, his first book was Life and Times of the Rich Hobo. Now is the Living the Dream is the extension of the book. He picked the Living the Dream by his book. He would say that, I'd say that all the time, Living the Dream. So I finally wrote a book about all my stories and tell everyone things I've done, places I've seen, people I've met over the years. I'm hoping and praying that this book brings you closer to God. I get to share my experience, strength, and hope with my readers, and write about my Christian walk with God one day at a time for 32 years. Crazy stories. I want to tell people about God, how He's changed my life, how He cares for me so much. I get to write about His love, His grace in my life, stories of wacky things I've done, miracles I've seen on the streets, also miracles I've seen in the church, traveling stories, freight train hopping, street living, and a lot more street living and living in pain and on and off the street, mental and physical problems I deal with on a daily basis and things that haunt me. In my book, I let people know about my business and daily struggles, how I get treated selling my wares. Also write about how many nice people are and have been blessed me. Writing about me and being a hobo at heart and putting God's stories in each chapter. I write at the end of each chapter is telling the stories about living the dream and loving life, loving what I do for a living, letting it do what I want to do in life. And life is a vacation. You get to tell stories of angels watching over me and how one man can live off of God's blessing and his wits. Telling stories of how I loved trains and lived off the streets, told people I was living the dream. God bless you, enjoy you, and see you down the road. All right, God bless you. You can go to Amazon Books and buy one of those copies of the book of the Rich Hobo or Living the Dream. So, hey, God bless you. God bless you now, and see you down the road, and bye now.